Crypto enthusiasts, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about Kaspa real quick, its recent price prediction and metrics, as well as tweets, updates, and charts for Kaspa, and interesting altcoin charts too. Remember, your support is important to me. Like my video, comment, share it, and subscribe. Now let's have a look at Kaspa itself. Kaspa is currently trading at $0.14 and is currently experiencing a little leg down of 0.8. Market cap is currently sitting at 3.4 billion USD and 24-hour trading volume is sitting at 71.5 million USD. If we are going to look at that chart on the daily, that looks very boring with local dips up to lower levels of 14 cents. But let's first of all have a look at this before we are going to look into the charts themselves. So Kaspa ranked at number 43 with a valuation of over 3.3 billion. We still don't have a tier 1 exchange listing, and we still don't have the main net released yet. Kaspa manages to be in the top 40 rankings with over 3 billion in market cap. Price prediction is an accumulation right now, and once we move higher, your chances of buying at these undervalued prices will be thing of a past. Focus on the macro, not the fund. That's basically what I would like to enforce in this video. Kaspa is boring, definitely, given the fact that meme coins are pumping at the moment, but I do believe that Kaspa time for the next pump is going to come in coming days, hopefully. But all right, let's have a look at this piece of information. Kaspa creates 1 block per second. Next, Kaspa will create 10 blocks per second very soon, and Kaspa will create 32 blocks per second, and the vision is 100 blocks per second. So Kaspa will soon reach a scalability level that is unmatched in crypto. So of course that progress is in a way on the way, and that's going to come. But of course, just like with BTCE, right? BTC was boring for a long time before the adoption happened. So Kaspa's adoption is on the way, but of course things like that are taking time. But all right, let's have a look at some Kaspa numbers. So current reward for Kaspa for mining at the moment is 123. Next reward is 117. And next reduction is scheduled in 22 days. So hush rate is currently sitting at 166 para hushes per second as we speak. And if we are going to look at addresses holding 10,000 or over 10,000 Kaspa in the last, let's say 2 days or 3 days on the March 11th, we're sitting at 67.6 thousand. And at the moment we are sitting at 67.9. So only a couple hundred of new addresses holding over 10,000 Kaspa. Maybe it's not a lot, but if we are going to look at the chart zoomed out, obviously we see that accumulation is real. And if we are going to look at the actual chart on TradingView, we can clearly see that we are in that accumulation zone before the pump. If we are going to zoom out on a weekly, for instance, we can clearly see that Kaspa gives us a clear signals on when to accumulate. Obviously, in the previous dump over here, before that all-time highs, we had a chance to accumulate over here. And at the moment, we do have a chance to accumulate Kaspa. I do believe that nothing really bad is happening on a Kaspa on a weekly, just like on the daily as well. But all right, let's zoom out and let's see what's going on. So first of all, that short-term support over here looks very strong for Kaspa because every single time we dip to that level of support over here at roughly 14 cents, we are bouncing back and reaching resistance over here in the triangle model. As we can see here, now we are bouncing back from that support again. What I do anticipate coming for Kaspa is probably reaching that resistance level here. Then perhaps we could see either pullback or breakout towards the upside. Given the fact that we are almost in a fully oversold area on our receipt for Kaspa, we could see that a breakout. My target over here is around 25 cents of a dollar, and we are going to see if that is going to play out. Let's have a look at the standpoint of moving averages. We could have a next level of support for Kaspa at lower levels of 14 cents by 50-day moving average. If we would lose that, then we are going to, on the most important support for Kaspa, which is that trend line that Kaspa never broke below. I do believe that it could happen. Also, that is going to coincide with that level of support over here sitting at 13 cents of a dollar. If we are going to see a short-term dip, I do believe that is a great opportunity to scoop up more Kaspa. Now, if you will be thinking that Kaspa is boring, let's have a look at what Kaspa actually did in the last year. Let's start from September. September obviously wasn't really great, 45%, but still on green. October, very little, 2.5, but November was very juicy, 156% of gains, and January was boring. However, last month printed 73% of gains. As for now, in March, we are dipping, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to be dipping the whole month of March. But even if we are going to see the whole month of March on red, I don't think that next month of April, May, June, and so on and so forth is going to be boring for Kaspa. Obviously, every project needs a little bit of time to breathe. If we are going to look at the rainbow chart in order to put ourselves into perspective of where we are now in this market, we can see that we are in the yellow zone, which stands for HODL, hold, for BTC, which obviously means that altcoins are lagging behind BTC. That puts B.TC In a second phase of a bull cycle at the moment, if we are going to compare with altcoins, obviously we still haven't reached that all-time high levels for alts. Of course, we could see a little bit of pullback on the way. However, the targets are quite juicy for alts. As we can see here, we are roughly in, let's say, 1/3 of this bull cycle. If we are going to look at this chart, that's quite important. USDT dominance recently broke through a trend line that had been intact for 6 years. Data is showing very strong bearish momentum. When USDT dominance goes down, altcoins goes up. Obviously, people already have their USDT, and they are buying up projects that are believing in, and that is going to signal that we could see a proper cycle for halving. If we are going to compare it with the previous cycle in 2018, 2022, as we can see, we have flipped it green on the Gaussian channel right after the halving. And this current bull cycle, we have flipped it green right before the halving. So that's a very bullish. We could see a very juicy altcoin season. And if we are going to look at this chart that's created by the Scalping Pro. So shout out to the Scalping Pro. We are in optimism and we are slowly going towards believe, thrill, and euphoria. So obviously we still have a lot of time for our Kaspa backs to reach the moon. Guys, thanks for watching my video. Keep supporting my channel. See you again in my next video.